What's up everybody and welcome back to It's DIY Not. Today we are going to be tackling this nice little Let It Snow piece that we whipped up. Shouldn't take too long and it's fairly straightforward. So you're going to need clearly the Let It Snow woodcut. We used one of the wood blocks here that have one of those little sayings on it. I pretty much just scraped off the sticker and just used the top side of it facing the other way. You're going to need a little snowman here. It's like a garden piece or something. So I'm going to start by cutting off the tag, and I got to take care of that hole there. So I'm going to fill it with some wood filler. Now I'm going to use the DAP wood filler. I guess you can use any if you want. This one goes on pink and it dries like a beige, so you know when it's ready to actually be sanded. And once we have that all set in, make sure as you're pushing it through, it doesn't come through the back, because there's no backing. Unless you want to put like a masking tape backing on it to make sure it doesn't, fall all the way through the back. As you can see, it pushed a little bit through it, it recessed a bit. So I just fill a little bit more. And like I said, you can use masking tape, and then once you're done sanding it, you can pull the masking tape off from behind. So now I'm going to use I guess it's a spackle knife. I use it for 3D printing to lift the prints off the bed, but I'm just going to take the pick off of it on the snowman. We're going to use that later, so do not throw that out. We're going to need it. So now we're sanding the Let It Snow sign, and I'm just going to hit it with a light blue paint. I'm using all Arteza paints here, or Arteza, I don't know, it depends on how you pronounce it, but this is a white and sky blue that I mixed, and I'm just going to give it a couple of coats, let it dry. You don't want it like super saturated or super strong, because you kind of want to give it a small aged feel here. We're not going to weather it or anything, but I'm going to use some masking tape here, and I'm going to start using a glitter paint. I got this at Walmart. I forgot the name of it. It's super thick, super viscous. I've tried using a brush. I have another DIY that we did, these swirl lollipops, and I used the same glitter, and it's really thick and it goes on weird, but it comes very, very nice if you know how to control it. So if you decide to use that glitter, you're going to need some sort of X-Acto knife or something, because once it dries, you're going to want to, get in the shape of those snowflakes back. So I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to apply a second coat before removing the masking tape. Couple of things about this stuff. Once it's down, it's down. Don't try and go in again, and if you feel you missed a spot or you want to make the sparkle a little bit heavier, let it completely dry or it'll all shift or slough off. You have to be really careful. Now that it's all dry and set, I'm going to set it up on that wood plaque sign that I showed you guys earlier. I didn't paint it. The saying is still underneath. I'm just, again, using the opposite side of it. And I'm going to hold it in place very, very carefully, gluing it on a low temp first. So anytime you want to set something in place and you're fighting gravity, you want to use a low temp. It'll dry quicker, and then you can get your bearings and then start, setting it the way you want to set it once it's already stuck down. So I'm going to do that here for a couple of the contact points. I believe it was the L, the snowflake, and the W is where I set it. It dries pretty quick. It's pretty sturdy. And you just want to make sure, again, you can do it any way you want. You can, recess the area with a Dremel and set the wood in all the way if you'd like. That's not what I did here, though. The top-down view is pretty much what I'm going to be going for. I didn't really give a front view on some of this stuff, so I do apologize about that. You'll see in the future of the video that there's some things you might have wanted to see from the front, but I will do my best to explain them. So as you get this woodcut set into place, really don't worry about where the glue is going, as long as it's on the bottom. We'll take care of that in a little bit. I'll show you how we're going to cover that up and make it look really nice. There's a bunch of other ways you could have done it, but I'll show you guys the way that I did it, and you won't even notice it's there. Now that the hot glue is dry and the woodcut's in place, we're going to take a look, see how things are going. This is what you should be up to right about now if you're following along. Now I'm going to grab the Arteza titanium white and I'm going to dry brush it. So basically what you want to do here is you want to get some on your brush and wipe it elsewhere. Before you start going in, I'm going to hit the little highlight spots. This is, I guess, implied snow. I'm grounding the piece for what I'm going to be doing later with it. But this is just to get some nice, highlights on it so it doesn't look so flat. Here I'm just going to now take a detail brush, same thing. I'm going to dry brush it in. I just want to give it a little bit more cleaner lines here because these are more delicate areas, and again I don't want to throw the contrast off of the piece, so I want to hit these specific spots and I don't want to use a sponge for that. Again, you can do what you choose, but this is just what I chose to do at this current moment because I am going to kind of like dry brush the whole piece white, but very lightly. So now that we got that all set, I'm going to stand the piece back up. I got the little woodcuts that come out. They're like snowflakes and Christmas trees. They're in the Dollar Tree. So we took a couple of these and I'm going to paint them white using the same paint, the Arteza titanium white. And, one coat. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. Set that aside, let it dry off for a bit. And this is how everything's looking so far with the dry brushing and the white. So we're going to set that down, let that go, do its thing. So this is some wire that we did get from the Dollar Tree. It's pretty much straightforward wire. I'm going to use this for a frame for icicles. So what you want to do is you want to put a little dab, low temp, on your hot glue gun. So you're going to put a dab before you actually try and use the wire, and that's where your icicle is going to be rooting from. So once you have it down, you got to move quick because it's low temp. You want to then take the wire and set it inside. Now once you have the piece inside the glue, you're then just going to take the glue gun and you are going to create your icicle. Do make sure to not make this too heavy or it'll pull itself out of the glue. If you guys would like a tutorial on how to make these or make larger versions of them, just leave a comment below and possibly I'll make a video on this. It's really easy, really straightforward, but again, this is a top-down view so you really can't see what I'm doing. So if you do need a video, I will do it. So I'm going to stick that on there now, the snowflake, after I'm done making the icicles. So now it's time to cover up the glue at the base of the letters. I'm using those small little woodcuts that come with, you get them in a bag from the Dollar Tree. They look like little tree stumps and stuff. So I'm just going to, properly place those where the glue would show where I glued it down in front of the letters. Nothing too crazy, a little bit of glue, and we'll further camouflage those in a bit toward the end of this video. We're going to kind of give it all a nice little final touch. For the next part, we're going to be making snow. You're going to need some Mod Podge. You're going to need some Barbasol or any kind of other shaving cream and cornstarch. So this stuff comes up really nice if you keep the ratios very, very low. You want to use a little bit more cornstarch, make it a little bit more viscous. As you see, that's the consistency I'm using. So I'm just going to put that all the highlight areas and anywhere where snow would possibly fall. I'm not going to make this too heavy. In some of our other videos, you'll see heavier snow. There is another batch of this stuff that I make with Loctite. It involves water, and it's probably the best prop snow that I've seen for flocking. I may make a video on it. I gotta see, make a couple of more batches and see how that comes out. But here I'm using the Mod Podge and it works great. So if you guys didn't know how to make snow or flocking snow or whatever, this is probably the easiest way to do it. So after you're done flocking this area with the snow, you just want to glue on the snowman, maybe add an icicle or two, and you're pretty much done. You want to just rinse and repeat the same process that I got the woodcut down for with the snowman. You line it up properly, put a little snow on them, and you're all done. And we got our final reveal coming up. Came out pretty clean. So if you guys want to see some more, or if there's any other requests or anything you possibly would like me to remake, or tricks of the trade, whatever it is, just leave a comment below and I will try and get that done for you. If you guys would like the icicle technique or a built on version of it, again, leave a comment, I will get it done for you. Thank you for watching, and please do make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you can see more crap that we make. Take care, guys.